All right, clearly we have something very special in store for you. Uh, it's the final act of day one of SLF. When I say the word act, I mean quite literally. We will begin this session with a short, apologies. Dr. Vasudev has asked me to call it a we performance. So we will begin with a we performance by veteran thespian Ms. Sushama Deshpande, followed by a conversation between Ms. Deshpande and Dr. Menon. Let me just quickly introduce them to you, and then I will cede the stage to Ms. Deshpande. SLF welcomes Ms. Sushama Deshpande. Theatre is her passion. She writes, directs, and acts as well. She enjoys presenting strong women personalities in theatre. For the last 35 years, she has been performing Vai, Me Savitribai in Marathi and Ha, Me Savitribai Phule in Hindi. She has also written and directed a play titled Ticha Aichi Goshta, Arthat Majha Athwanicha Fad. Based on the life of women in Tamasha, a folk art of Maharashtra, a play on women saints' poetry and the lives from the 13th to 18th century, titled Baya Dar Ughad, is considered one of the most important plays in Marathi theatre. Her next play, Ayadan, is based on the autobiography of writer Urmila Pawar. Dr. Sudhir Patwardhan's paintings also became her subject for a play titled Chitra Goshti, which was originally written in Marathi and then later translated in Hindi. Lovely title, Ye Kaun Chitrakar Hai. She enjoys writing plays for and with communities as well. Her play with sex workers, titled My Brother, Her Gharwali, Her Malak and His Wife, and Hum Aur Tum Sab, and the play with the LGBTQ community, To Ti Te, He, She, It, were the best examples of theatre of the oppressed techniques. Still, she uses theatre of the oppressed techniques to work with rural women. She has also acted in films like Ajji, My Mother's Girlfriend, Gharat Ganpati, A Little Bit of Glitter, 200 Halla Ho, etc. Welcome, ma'am. She will be in conversation with Dr. Vasudev Menon. If you were to write If you were to write his bioplay, in one of the plot lines, Vasudev Menon will be featured as an artist who trained and worked in the domains of theatre and film. He went to the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland, formerly the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama, to train to perform Shakespeare. While in the UK, Vasudev founded and worked for a decade and more as part of the Holy Cow Performing Arts Group, with whom he produced works that included the monodrama by Dr. Gauri Ramnarayan, the mathemagician, which earned him an Evening Standard's Best Actor nomination at the 2010 Edinburgh Fringe Festival. All this while studying the role of macrophages in renal inflammatory pathogenesis, I pronounced it, I got it, and resolution at the Universities of Edinburgh and Glasgow. Upon returning to India, he trained as a cinematographer at the L.V. Prasad Film and Television Academy in Chennai. He presently works with Drama Queens Pune, who put up English language productions in the city. At SSLA, he teaches courses related to biology and performing arts, while co-teaching a foundational course in the natural sciences at SSLA and pondering how not to step into the same river twice. Thank you, Vasudev, for doing this. May I invite Ms. Deshpande on stage, please.
I'm going to perform a little bit of Savitri's performance. Not much, but small portion of Savitri. So before starting the performance, I must tell you that Savitri used to call sometimes Shethji to Jyotiba. So when I got this reference, I don't know with how much I use, but I have used in my play Shethji like anything. So whenever I speak about Shethji, it's about Jyotiba Phule. I should take specs out, na? What do you feel? I think so, yeah. Yeah. The performance, small portion is in Marathi because basic language of this play is Marathi. And it is not only Marathi, it is rural dialect of Marathi. So the portion which we are going to watch, when Phule went to learn how to educate the other children in Nagar, and he decided that education is the important thing and we have to concentrate education. And he went to Nagar, and there one Farar Madam, she told that you have to teach your wife because woman is a center of family, and if she learns, the family learns. If husband will learn, only he will learn. There is no use of that education to others. And then he decided to teach Savitri when he came to know about this thought. So this much portion we are going to watch, okay? So we will start. शेठजी नगराला गेलं. नगराला तेव्हा गोवंडे भाऊजी राहत होतं. शिक्षणाचा प्रसार हे एकच खुल डोक्यात. भाऊजी त्यासनी घेऊन त्यांच्या शाळेत गेलं. तिथं कोणी फरार नावाची मॅडम शाळा शिकवित होती. हे गेले विचारायला काय शिकवाव, कसं शिकवाव. तर ती बाई म्हण, स्त्री हा घराचा मध्य आहे. तिचं शिक्षण झालं तरच घर वर येणार, नाही तर नाही. आणि तुम्ही तर आपल्या बायकांना शिकवितही नाही, हे फार वाईट आहे. झालं, डोक्यात किडा वळवळला. प्रत्येकानं आपल्या बायकोला शिकवायच पाहिजे. शेठजी घरला आलं तेच पाटी, पुस्तक, पेन्सिल घेऊन. अवं मी भाकऱ्या करून चूल आरत होती, चुलीला पोतेरे करत होती. ते आलं, टिळा लय उत्सात, लय तेजीत आलं. तशी मला हाका मारायला लागलं. म्हणलं आले आले, भाकर झाली, कालवण बी झालंय. तर म्हणतात भाकर न ग, तूच ये. म्हणलं बया बया बया, काय झालंय काय शेठजींना? काय बघ, बघितलं शिकवणार आहे काय? लिवाया वाचाया वय का? कुणाला? तुला काय समज? मला वाचा येईल, तुम्ही वाचता तसं लिवा येईल. शेटजी म्हणून ते हसायच लागलं. त्यांनी पाटी घेतली आणि त्यावर लिवलं शेटजी आणि मन गिरीवाता. मी लाजन चूर झालं. म्हणलं काय यो माझा नवरा, तर मन गिरीवाता. क ख ग घ, क ख ग घ, त थ द ध, काना मात्रा यलांटी उकार आकार त्योच ध्यास. कला काना काका, कला काना काका, बबन हात धर. मला लय कटाळा आलता, पण ते समोर बसल्यालं. म्हणलं शेठजी हात धरा. तशी डोळं वाटारलं, लिवतीय मुकाट. बेकंबे बेदुने चार बेत्रिक. मुद्दाम लिवलं चुकीचं. तशी हात धरून गिरवायला लागलं माझ्या संग. मी त्यांच्याकडेच बघत बसली. म्हणलं काय माझा नवरा का माझा पंतोजी? वाटायचं शेठजीने म्हणावं सौ हात दुखला असेल ठेव आता. तर शेठजी म्हणायचं सावित्री हात दुखला तरी चालेल, पण एवढं लिहून झालंच पाहिजे. म्हणलं काय उपयोग आहे शिक्षणाचा? शिकणारा आम्ही आणि जोर तुमचाच. असं म्हणलं तशी हसायला लागलं. म्हणायला लागलं खरंय तुझं म्हणणं. परव्या लिवायला लागली, वाचायला लागली. काल शेठजी मला वाचून दावायचे. आज एक एक शब्द, अक्षर, वाक्य डोळ्यात जणू फेर धरत होती. श्रवणातली गाणी म्हणून ती लिवाय वाटायची. स्वतःचं नाव लिवायची, त्यावरून हात फिरवायची, उखाणं म्हणायची, ते लिवायची. आणि बाहेर माणसं बडबड करायची, काय बनणार आहे शिकून, लय आली बामणाच्या पोटची. पण मी लिवायची. आधी त्यांचा प्रेमाचा शब्द मिळतो म्हणून, पण हळूहळू गोडी लागली लिवायची, वाचायची. how Savitri started learning. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I have goosebumps. How absolutely apt that we should remember Savitri Mai at a literary festival. Your performance has reminded us of how far we have come and how long a way we still have left to go. Thank you so much for that reminder. Thank you. May I please invite Dr. Vasudev on stage to lead the conversation. Dr. Vasudev, could you please felicitate Sushama Deshpande, please? Over to you, Dr. Vasudev. Thank you.
How are we going to top that? I have this script that I wrote down last evening, and I was having a word with Sushmatai, if I may call you Sushmatai. Yes. Sushmatai in the car, and I said, you know what, I'm going to throw away the script and we're just going to have a conversation. And I think that's the best way, I suppose, to get to know Sushmatai. I am going to read a little bit from what I have written. This evening, we will discuss Sushmatai's illustrious life and works, with special emphasis on the journey, the process behind the composition of some of the plays she holds dearly, her experiences in designing and constructing these incredible performances. You will notice that through our conversation as we discuss her works, Sushmatai has traversed a stunning diversity of narratives, of form, of design, and production styles. Sushmaji is at the moment rehearsing for a play.
Ottam.
Ottam, which is a Tamil word, which is due to premiere on the 9th
9th November.
Fantastic.
In Nita Mukesh Ambani Cultural Center.
Fantastic. And therefore, thank you for taking your time out from your busy schedule to have this conversation with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure to meet students.
We will begin this journey, as any traveler does, at home. So Sushmata, could you tell us a little bit about your early life in Baramati, and you grew up in a theatre family. And could you tell us that little story about how you first stepped onto the Rangamanch?
Basically, my father used to do theatre, and though Baramati was a very small place that time, even then, theatre activity was going on there. And they were having their group and like that. But my mother used to sing and father used to do theatre, and because of that, I think as a child also, they were very, curious about doing some activities in school gathering and like that, which I remember always that I think I was in second, and there was a, now we can say that time this word was not to be used much, audition was going on for the role of king. And I thought, why madam is not asking me? I remember that moment. And at a point, she called me and she asked me to do, and she selected me. So I did that Raja role. And whatever the dances I used to do in the, particularly that time as a child, my mother used to do all saris and all preparations for particularly that she used to do, that I remember. And I was tall in class, but even then, maybe I was doing properly, and that's why madam used to keep me in front. That was a fun part of it. But when I was in a college, my father was doing one theatre piece, and Hello Me Boltoy was the title of that play. And in that, newly married couple was there in that play. And he was not getting a girl for that. The reason behind it is there's a small place doing such a role that you have to be open quite on the stage. So nobody was ready. And so at a point, he decided that let's take daughter only. How I did that play. which we got a lot of the prizes and these all things particularly. But that was a big long play which I did first. And then I don't know whether these children know about Purushottam Karandak, no? Competition of Purushottam Karandak in Pune. Theatre competition for college students.
College students, yes.
So when I came for education in Pune, then we did competition, Purushottam Karandak. An interesting part in Purushottam Karandak is they give a prize of actor in all girls and boys, one actor, one prize. That is a Keshwarao Date prize. And that night you become something great because everybody start talking about you and like that. So I got that Keshwarao Date prize when we did play Rakta Pushpa, Mahesh Elgunjwar's play.
Yes.
So like that activity started.
Fantastic. And then you go on to write Why Me Savitribai. Could you tell us a little bit about that journey? I know the play has been is going to complete 32 years on stage.
35 years.
35 years on stage.
Which I performed. Means it is more than that. Now I have given to the girls that they should do it.
That's fantastic.
So they are giving. They are doing. Basically, I was a journalist and I never thought of doing theatre as my profession before. I was working as a journalist, but to be true, I was pregnant. And so I was at home. That is my nature, to do the things intensely. So I said, now I am going to be at home and till my child will become 3 complete, I'm not going to do anything else. But you can't spend time, no? If you are in the work, you are doing something all the time, and suddenly you are at home. So I started reading seriously something. So friend of mine, Basant Poddar, he asked me in general chit-chat, he asked me, why you are not thinking of Savitri? And that struck me. Not for the play, just to read about Savitri. So I said, yeah, this is a good idea, yaar. We have to do about Savitri because she is a very important person. Because of her, we all can learn. That is the important thing. So I thought I must do that. And so Professor Ram Bapat from university was quite close to me. So I went to sir. And he is a socially, politically, culturally, on all level, he was a great person. So I told him, sir, I have appointed you as my guide, and I am going to do this Savitri's work particularly. And so that started. So sir could see that I am pregnant. So sir told me that don't search books. I will give you a book. Read that. Come to me. We will discuss that. I will give you next book. So this started, means like this. So I was reading, doing research, and sir was a particular about certain things. The main thing which he taught me that don't look at Jyotibai and Savitri as they are bigger than us, Mahatma. Look at them as a human being. That is the one thing. And think of the society in those days, how Pune was. So to understand that, he gave that type of the books also to read. And because of that, you can understand the person properly. That was his input to me. So I was understanding, I was reading, and what happened? Now we read a lot of news about these rape cases. But that time in Pune, there was one rape case in Kothurud. And just I asked sir, after our whole discussion, which was supposed to happen, so after that I asked sir, sir, आज सावित्री होती तो क्या करती ये रेप केस के बारे में? And there it struck me, and I told sir, this is theatre form. So then sir asked, how? Tell me. Then I told him that basically Savitri will speak about their history and she will comment on contemporary situation. So this can be a theatre form. Sir, being sir, he kept asking me small questions, which was my dialogue with myself in a way. And in that meeting only, the day I struck the subject, I can do a play on this. So that day, it was clear how I am going to write it, means how will be the form and like that, because of sir. So credit is of Ram Bapat. So that was decided.
Yeah.
But you keep on researching things because it's endless process. So some of the well-known people, I tried meeting them because I went to Delhi to see the papers about Deenabandhu and all in Nehru
The
Library,
archives, yeah.
Delhi. So that time I met their Madhulimay,
Right.
well-known person, well-read person. And he asked me, ki, somebody told me that you are going to write a theater on Savitri. So I said, yeah. Then he said, then why are you waiting? Why you are behaving that you are doing PhD? So don't do that. Write it. If you will get more information, put it afterwards. But write it and start it. I think he was very curious about that theater, how it will go and like that. And importance of the subject, I think he was understanding. Then I wrote a script. And that process started about.
Fantastic. But if I may ask, so the decision to make it a one-person performance, वो मतलब लिखने के वो समय में आया था कि was it something that evolved as you wrote? Is something you decided before कि ये, because you play 3 roles, right? At least like you
Many
Jyotiba,
roles.
many roles in
Many roles. I haven't counted yet. See the Savitri, you can
Yes,
see
that's- yes.
Savitri's performance. So basically, I always feel about theater that you be in the subject give you the form. I don't decide what form. You be deep in that subject. Why this one-person performance? Because I think certain things were in my mind that I should be able to do in rural area. I used to say that this is theater journalism I am doing because I was doing journalism. So this is theater journalism, that you have to take the subject to the different audience and talk to them about the subject and like that. So naturally, that things were in my mind all the time. And without lights and music, I should be able to do the performance. That was in my mind. And so I think that form came in my mind. That is the reason. And so I did that form. I mean, to tell strongly about a person, one-person performance is a very good form.
This is very interesting. This is the co-evolution of form and content, right? In terms of how things come to be.
Yeah.
Now, it's been 3 decades
Yeah.
right, of performing. So how much has the play evolved, I suppose, in its content, in its form, from the time you wrote it to, till you last staged it yourself? And we'll come to the part where, now new actors have taken over, but till your, I suppose, most last show and your first show, how much has it evolved? Both in terms of-
Basically, 3rd January 89, which I performed first time, that was 2 hours, 10 minutes performance with interval. So it was a long performance. But as a researcher, you feel, I should tell this, like that your brain works that time. But at a point, I decided to edit the play because of the attention span of people. And now, afterwards, I used to do 1.5 hour performance. In the beginning, I used to say that I have to tell this, and then I said that people should read this, and people should understand this. They should get that instinct to read particularly about the subject. So, 1.5 hours performance. And I always tell this story. I haven't told you, whether I don't know whether I have. My first performance, I started the performance, and after 10 minutes, electricity went off. So after that, for a few seconds, I think, kya kare yaar? So I look at my husband was there, and I told him that open the doors and open the windows and everything open. I will start performance, because if you are with the persons like Jyotibai and Savitri all the time, I felt strongly, वो नहीं रुकते किसके लिए, तो मैं भी नहीं रुकना चाहिए, मुझे भी नहीं रुकना चाहिए, मुझे भी शुरू करना चाहिए. And without light and music, I started. That time I was a theater person, so I was thinking of lights and music and everything. And in that performance, interesting thing happened that performance got over. There was tremendous response, particularly from the people. And after that, after the performance, 5-10 minutes went and then electricity came. So I gave thanks to electricity board because in the first performance I came to know that without lights and music I can reach to the people. And so because of that I could do a lot of performances in rural area, anywhere I can perform. So how that performances started particularly.
I mean, as an actor, I have to ask you this, or as a former, presently unemployed actor, I have to ask you this. I read somewhere that one of the performances of Savitribai was in the actual house of the place where Jyotiba used to stay.
Yeah.
And I have to ask, how was it?
Oh, that was
performing in
experience. That was
Could you tell us
experience. Basically, within I think 3-4 months, I was about to complete 100 performance, and we thought of doing the performance in Phule's place, and we went there. Avinash Dharmadhikari was the IS officer that time. He was in the position, and he was head of the some department, which was that Vada of Jyotiba Phule came under him. So I took the permission particularly for play. I will perform there. Not much people, very few people was supposed to come there. And there is that well today we can see that which they opened for the people. Anyone can come and take water from there. So before 2 days, I went to the Vada and these people started telling me, you can't do, there are some issues and we can't. So I was very furious about that. But I'm from Baramati, and that time Sharad Pawar was CM. So, so I asked that person who was sitting there, Power speaks, no? So he started telling me, no, we can't give you. So I said, whom should call you? Tell me. Whom should call you? If CM will call you, is it fine? Yeah. And I smartly said, give your phone, I will call. That time mobile was not there. So I will give the message to CM. And because of my power, the way I said, he could understand that this lady can talk to Sharad Pawar directly, which was position.
True, yes.
But even then, it wouldn't have been a position that time. Because of the way I was talking, he could feel the power. She has a power like that. And so he gave the permission. The time when I performed, Savitri went, she took that titva after the death of Jyotiba. And she led that
the procession. Yeah.
And she started saying, Jai Satya, Adi Satya. So when I read this first time, it was particularly, you can say goosebumps particularly, ki how she must have done this. And when I was doing the performance, I felt strongly, she went from here.
Yeah. That's the same Vada she left, she walked.
Yeah. So veil which opened, everything was there, no? Yeah. So it was something more than that. Means now my girls who are doing, they performed outside the Vada and they were very thrilled about it. Yeah. So I did the performance inside the Vada. Yeah.
But how is it now to hand over the reins to a new generation of actors to play Savitribai?
To be true, when I started the performance, that time only I announced from March, anybody can do the performance without asking me, without taking my permission. The reason behind it was I always felt strongly that Savitri can't be my property. She can't be my property. Though her life I am writing, though I have written the script, that's true. But that's her life, her story. Means I haven't thought about those stories, incidents particularly. They are there. And people say that I have written a good script. But even then, whether it is a good or not, that's their life. So I opened it. Some of the girls used to do small portion of that. But at a certain point, I took one shibir particularly for some few girls. From them, that girl, one Sonal Patil girl, she is doing the performance, which she is doing in a rural area of Konkan particularly. But when I decided now I have to stop, how many years I should do? Means this is too much. Though I can sit and I can stand, but too much you have to do in the performance. So consciously, it was my decision. And so I took the girls from theater. And 2 girls I took, and we did Savitri with 2 girls. The reason behind it was my form, people know, and people start talking about that, सुषमा जैसे नहीं करते यार, कितने भी अच्छे करो वो, लेकिन फिर भी उनको ऐसे बोलते हैं. तो मैंने कहा फॉर्म ही चेंज हुआ तो लोग ये नहीं बात करेंगे. And yes, that really clicked. But the English performance when we started, now Nandita Patkar girl, she does English performance also. This Marathi and Hindi, same 2 girls are doing the performances. And so that we started like that. And so they are doing, they all are doing the performances. One girl is doing in Bengali. Somebody was from Calcutta, Bengal area. So
Ananya was talking.
Ananya was talking about it. So some of them are, there Rutuparna Bishwas is a girl who is doing in Bengali.
Right.
Then interesting portion is particularly one girl who is must be in 11th or 12th. She does it in Pauri language, which is an Adivasi language. Yes. She has done, her teacher has done it in Pauri language, and she does that performance in Pauri language. Then, if anybody from Gujarat, Aditi Desai used to do in Gujarati. So, different women are doing different performances. That is something interesting.
Yes, but I have to ask you this. So you yourself have performed it in Hindi and in Marathi. And in Hindi, you have taken it to regions outside of Maharashtra. And you're talking about somebody who's necessarily, who should be a national icon, but is well known in the Maharashtrian space.
Yeah.
Who may be unfamiliar to the audience in the north, particularly in the Hindi world. So how was the reception for the characterization and the
Hindi
story?
audience is very interesting. They are very curious about the subject. Means before that, I will tell you how I started Hindi performance. I was on the train and I was coming from Mumbai to Pune, and those days were Ganpati days, Ganesh festival days. And very beautiful woman was on my same bogie we were together, and she was having some problems, so I used to travel a lot. So many TCs and those people I was knowing, so I helped her in settle down the things. And so just I asked her, what is your name? I could see that you are an artist. She said, Mallika Sarabai. She was Mallika and I could not recognize her. Very pathetic for me, but yes. And then she asked me that, what's your name? So I said, Sushama Deshpande. Oh, I'm searching you. Give your address and your phone number. Will you do your Savitri in Hindi? That was her question. And Mallika organized first show in Darpana Academy. There was not this Natarani that time. And in Darpana, I did my first Hindi performance, how it started in Gujarat. And I remember in Delhi, one old lady came to me, like, बहुत बूढ़ी औरत थी, and she came to me and she said, खून का रिश्ता लगा तेरे सावित्री के साथ. That was her reaction. खून का रिश्ता लगा. Once one lady, young lady came to me after the performance. She was quite young. And she spoke me, दीदी सबके सामने नहीं बात कर सकती, लेकिन आपको बात करना चाहती थी. मैंने बोला, बोलो बोलो क्या बोलना है. तो बोली कि मैं टीचर हूँ दीदी, मैं ठीक पढ़ाती हूँ, लेकिन मैंने परफॉर्मेंस देखा ना, बहुत अच्छी पढ़ाऊँगी, मैं आपको वर्ड देती हूँ. कौन हूँ मैं यार, मुझे वर्ड देती है वो. So this type of the responses you get through the audience, means which is completely different belt. In Chhattisgarh, I was performing. And same thing happened when a girl in diet, that after 10th or 12th, some course is there about education and something. So after all discussions happened, and then she came to me. And she asked me that, Didi is a always word in Hindi belt. So she asked me, कि Didi, ज्योतिबा अंग्रेज आए इसलिए सीख गए ना? तो मैंने कहा, तुम्हें पढ़ा है कहीं? तो मैंने नहीं, प्ले देखा ना, प्ले में समझ गई मैं कि अंग्रेज आए तब ज्योतिबा सीख गए. मैंने कहा हाँ बराबर है. तो उसने मेरा हाथ पकड़ा और मुझे बोला, दीदी बहुत अच्छा हुआ अंग्रेज आए. और चल गई. So you get different type of the experiences. People are more curious particularly about the subject, about the content, because they tell clearly that we know little bit about Jyotiba, but about Savitri we don't know.
Yes.
Means I remember in Pithoragarh I was performing. I will remember too many things. Huh? So you have to stop me. Yes. In Pithoragarh, near Nepal border, that space is in Uttarakhand. After the performance, one girl of 10th or 12th, like that standard, उठ गई वो और उसने बोला, दीदी एक बात बताना चाहती हूँ. मैंने कहा बोलो. मेरी दोस्त है, माता पिता गुजर गए, चाचा चाची ने काम पे लगाया है उसको, स्कूल बंद किया है. दीदी आप कुछ करो, उसका एजुकेशन फिर से स्टार्ट करो. तो परफॉर्मेंस ऑर्गेनाइज करने वाले अजीम प्रेम जी के लोग थे, तो मैंने उनको बोला देख लो क्या मैटर है और हेल्प दैट गर्ल पर्टिकुलरली. तो लोगों को लगता है जैसे कि अब मैं ही कुछ करने वाली हूँ वहाँ, विच इज़ नॉट गोइंग टू हैपन, दैट आई नो, बट दैट फेथ दे गेट. सो an interesting portion which I have found that not only women come for the performance, men also come for the performance in that area. In Maharashtra, pathetic thing is people think that ये कुछ चल रहा है यार औरतों का, चलने दे. They are not very keen to understand about Savitri, which you get other states. They are curious about that. So this type of the experiences are many.
Fantastic. Now, Damini had spoken to you about two of Sushma Tai's other plays, Tichya Aichi Goshta and Baya Darughat. Now, in these, you move from single actor plays to now working with a group of actors. Could you walk us through the writing process? So when you move from writing for one person to writing for a group.
Tichya Aichi Goshta's form is again one-person performance. Again, same thing, because she is a strong lady. She's a tamasha lady. And so she comes and she speaks to the today's audience. So naturally, she is alone. She speaks. As I mentioned you, if a strong person you want to portray, the form come to with that subject is one-person performance. But after that, I did 2 plays with sex workers. And in one play, 24 people were there. And that was a very interesting challenge because community people, and they do not understand, they have their issues, they don't understand how to do theater. So you need to tell them you are going to look at him, he's going to smile like this. These minute things you have to do particularly in such a play. But I will come to Baya Darughat. You see, when Baya Darughat is a particularly play about women sends poetry. Very strong poetry they have written, very strong poetry. From 13th century to 18th century, the way they have portrayed, they all came out of the home and they are on the wari particularly. And they say that we are going to go to meet Vitthal. And that is the particular thing which they gave something that nobody are going to stop us if we are going to Vitthal. And they mentioned for themselves that I become a Vesva. Vesva is a Vesha. Sauri of Vitthal. Like that they mentioned in their poetry. And the way they have written all the means, one Vitha is a one lady. She has written in those days. She's from, I think, 18th century. And her husband used to trouble her, and she went to meet Vitthal. So she has written, Tuji, I don't know how many people understand Marathi, but Tuji satta ahe dehavari samaj. She is telling to husband, माझे वरी तुझी किंचित नाही. Understand? समझा नहीं है कुछ. तेरी सत्ता मेरे बॉडी के ऊपर है, तू जो चाहे वो कर ले, लेकिन मुझ पर तेरी इतनी भी सत्ता नहीं है. That is the expression. So this type of the poetry, so you can't do with one woman, no? So that form came like that only. So 4 girls are there and 3 other people. This poetry was important in that play, nothing else. So other are somebody, educator or somebody like that. And so they speak about the poetry, express something about the poetry like that. And these 4 girls, at the every day, wherever these Wari people stay there, they organize some cultural programs and something there. So in that program, they are talking about those women's saints. That is the simple idea of that play. Fantastic. And so you can't do such a play with one person. Yeah. So it came with that form.
I want to discuss 2 more wonderful plays of yours, but before that, I've been continuously asked to ask if you guys have any questions at this point that you would like to ask Sushma Thai. I'm going to put my glasses on to see who's putting their hands up so that I can see you. If you have any questions at the moment, just put your hands up and we'll float a mic to you. Nandana, you may have to do a quick dash. If you could introduce yourself and then if you could ask the question.
My name is Freya and I actually teach acting. I actually do teach acting to smaller children.
Okay.
And I wanted to ask, as someone who's both an actor and then later went on to produce a lot of plays and kind of help put on a lot of plays, how can you bridge that gap between an actor and someone who is helping them learn and helping them grow? What is your advice? Thank you.
What I got, how start acting like that?
How do you teach young children to perform and how do you help them?
See, any theatre piece, you need to tell what the character is, usually. Any play, if you take. Now, particularly because we are talking about Baya Darugad, I can tell you, in Baya Darugad, there is not this type of a character you usually see. As an old woman is there and she is like of this history and like that. So that is what in Marathi we say Ananda Yatra. So happy Wari. Wari is they enjoy that particularly Wari thing. So I took all girls to Wari, those who were performing. And that was complete injection, means we gave them training to play that jhans and all. And then we took them to Wari, because that was the time Wari was going on, when we started rehearsing. So they could understand what exactly I am saying, Ananda Yatra. Otherwise, now, particularly about Aidan, if I will speak, Aidan Urmila Pawar's own journey. So she started as a girl who is born in a Dalit family. She could understand little bit Dalit movement. Then she went to the women movement. And her movements are going on, like that we can say. So when Urmila's play we were doing, that time girls need to understand what is chalbal, what is movement, what exactly. I remember that there is quite a portion particularly in that book about eating habits. And that is very important. But these all my girls were from theatre. So they used to say, kitna hai ye, bahut ho gaya ye. So I have to use my power at that time. So I said, I'm going to keep this. So, and afterwards, they came to know okay, how important it is that. So in the beginning, they were not able to connect with Urmila. But slowly, because particularly in Aidan, I can tell you, about form I am telling in between, that in Aidan, 3 girls are there. Because Urmila has expressed, my mother used to weave Aidan, and she used to earn out of it, and that was stress buster. She started weaving words, which is writing, which was stress buster. So I thought in the theater there should be weaving. So in the beginning, 2 girls were there, but when we kept on reading, I said, no, we need to have 3 girls. And 3 girls, 3 are Urmila. The reason behind it, that it's the representative character. So anybody can be Urmila. So that was the basic treatment to that. So everybody is saying, I'm Urmila, I'm Urmila. Like, and I'm Kamala, I'm anybody. So like that it started. So they were not knowing about movement, and a lot of discussion we had, particularly what was the atmosphere in the Dalit families, and I took them to Urmila to understand subject more. ये औरतें गालियाँ देती थी जाते वक्त, एक गांव से दूसरे गांव जाते वक्त. तो what is the meaning of those गालियाँ? Why they used to use this गालियाँ? These small things. You need to tell particularly actor all the characters. Means like for any character, you need to create history of the character. Then you understand what exactly, how to do. Means you can't tell any artist that you do like hand like this. If you understand the character, so how hand will go, like this will go, or slow it will go, that artist understands then. Yeah. That is the usual thing.
I also want to talk about Chitragoshti. I have not seen the play, and I'm sure most of us here have not. But could you tell us a little bit about it? It's a play about Sudhir Patwardhan's
I'm a
painting.
big fan of Sudhir Patwardhan's paintings. That is the basic thing. And I have seen, from my young days, I have seen his paintings. I used to stay in Thane, and he used to stay in Thane. So he was quite close to us. He was staying close to us. So afternoon when he used to do the paintings, I used to go and watch him. And very interesting work he has done. So I saw his family fiction, one Pradarshan Uska. So same thing I saw in Delhi. I was in Delhi for the, I think, Baya Darugad performance for Meta. And when I saw that, I felt strongly these are all characters, common human beings, and there is a theater in each character of Sudhir Patwardhan's. So I asked Sudhir, can I do the theater on this? Then Sudhir said, yeah, why not? You can do. So we decided to do theater on. So we chose some of his paintings, and then we chose some of his illustration also. And so there are Sudhir Patwardhan on stage, one character, and all his paintings are there, his characters are there. And each painting, when it comes in the beginning or the end as a painting, and what is theater in that? They start doing. I can give one example. There is one painting of Sudhir in where the woman, she's running like this. Very fast she's going. So we decided to do that painting. So when we played that particularly for theater, 3 girls I took, and all the time, because they are women, all the time they are doing this. Because there is no time for women, all the time working. Chapati, pani, daba, like that. She's not even saying complete sentence also. And all the time walking, office, everywhere they go, and they come home. And so in that particular type of the things, you get the complete feel of that painting, what exactly is. So this type of the treatment, there was a long process of doing that. Why I did this and why I did that painting like this. But sometimes, like some girls, they say, Sudhir, on stage that you haven't done that much work on women like that. So all type of a fun you have to put in that such play. So paintings, they come there, and paintings go away from the...
So they are also characters on.
And
in
the
narrative.
characters of that painting, they come out, they do theater, and they go.
And then they go away.
Ah. So there is a Lower Parel is a very popular painting of Sudhir Patwardhan, and there are many characters.
Yeah.
So I was not getting for a long time what exactly I should do. And one day I felt strongly that this pool is going to sing. And so Devdatta Sable, who is a music director particularly, I talked to him, and he wrote very interesting povada. And Avishkar Mumbai, they have done this play, produced. The Kakade Kaka of that particular group was more than 70, I think 80 years old.
Right.
So I made him pool.
Right.
And he started coming on stage and started singing. And all other characters used to do whatever you see on the picture. They used to do their character. And that was completely recorded. Calling somebody, something is going on, children are going on the school. Like many things were there. So each treatment was different. So this one painting is silence. And in that particularly painting, after a certain stage, after an age, there is no dialogue between husband and wife much. And so silence is there. He is sitting there, she is sitting here. So we did that particular thing. I got one poetry of Vasantabaji Dhake, which is about same subject. So started with that. In between that poetry comes, and again, my dialogues. Like that we did. They don't speak with each other. He is thinking something, she is thinking something. All was recorded. And this, our Kakade Kaka was telling me, Sushama, ये नहीं हो सकता है theater में कि कोई कुछ बोलता नहीं है और recorded चल रहा है, ये नहीं हो सकता है. So I told him, ऐसा ही होने वाला है, कुछ भी हो. I'm not going to change that. But there was too much response to that silence we got. He was also shocked about that. The way, because silence is the subject, no? How can person speak? So this type of the things happened in Chitragoshti.
I've got my last question sheet, so I'm going to jump straight to your most recent work, which is Gandhi Mala Betla. Now you are doing a reading tour of Gandhi Mala Betla. You just recently did a reading in Bombay.
Just I did reading in, again, Nita Mukesh Ambani Cultural Center. They invited me for reading, and we did a reading performance there, which was in Marathi. But before this, I did some of the performances of reading performance in Chhattisgarh.
In Chhattisgarh.
This Azim Premji Foundation people, they love me a lot.
Quite,
so
yes.
they organize such things. So should I read that?
That'd be great if you could introduce a little bit about the play. And
basically, this play is, I say in the beginning that I went to meet Jyotibai and Savitri personally. And I could meet them. So Gandhi, Phule Deshpande, well-known writer of Marathi world, he introduced me Gandhiji first time. And then Gandhi kept me meeting. So गांधी मुझे कहीं भी मिलते हैं, क्या करूं? और कहीं भी मिलते हैं और बातें करते हैं, तो वो बातें क्या होगी? ये प्ले है. अब यहाँ मैं अकेली पढ़ने वाली हूँ, हम दोनों पढ़ते हैं, सच तो कहीं भी मिलते हैं. ये गांधी अब मुझे मंत्रालय में मिले हैं, तो थोड़ा I thought थोड़ा fun portion should be there for today's audience. कुछ दिनों बाद मैं मुंबई में मंत्रालय में गई थी. कुछ कैसी मीटिंग थी, कल न्योता था. हाश हुश करते चौथे माले पर जाने के लिए लिफ्ट के दरवाजे के पास रुक गई. भाग भाग कर वहाँ तक पहुँची थी. उसमें मुंबई का पसीना, लिफ्ट के लाइन में आगे कितने लोग हैं, लिफ्ट पहली बार मिलेगी या नहीं, ऐसा अपने आप से बात करते करते कितने लोग हैं ये देखने के लिए सहजता से मैं पीछे मुड़ी तो बापू ताड़ ताड़ सीढ़ियाँ चढ़ने लगे थे। बापू को लेकर च्यवनप्राश की ऐड बनानी चाहिए, ऐसा मेरा मन हुआ। यह सीढ़ियाँ चढ़ रहे हैं और मैं हर बार शर्मिंदा करते हैं ये। उतने में लिफ्ट आई, जाने दो कहकर मैं लिफ्ट से ऊपर गई। लिफ्ट से बाहर आई तो सामने बापू सीढ़ियाँ चढ़ते सामने आए। मैं बहुत ही शर्मिंदा हुई। बापू आप मंत्रालय में क्यों घूम रहे हो? बापू को मंत्रालय में पहली बार देखने का अभिनय करके मैंने पूछा। मैं मंत्रियों की केबिन्स देखने आया हूँ। आपको इस कपड़े में अंदर कौन छोड़ेगा? गांधी की भूमिका करने वाला नाटक वाला समझते हैं मुझे। वाह, गांधी के वेश में आए हो, ऐसा एक मंत्री ने कहा। ऐसा कहा उसने बापू? हाँ। मैंने उससे पूछा, गांधी की भूमिका करने के लिए मुझे गांधी की अहिंसावादी भूमिका और सत्याग्रह के बारे में कुछ बताओगे? तो उसने कहा, प्रश्न अच्छा है, लेकिन गांधी की भूमिका करने के लिए आपको थोड़ा पतला होना पड़ेगा, ऐसा कहा उसने। दूसरे मंत्री ने कहा, अब अहिंसा वगैरह नहीं चलती है, समय बदल गया है, मार्केट बदल गया है। अच्छा, मैंने कहा आप यह कह रहे हैं लेकिन आपकी कुर्सी के पीछे तो गांधी को लटकाया है आपने। तो वो बोला, उनको तो टांगना ही पड़ता है। इस पर आपने क्या कहा बापू? क्या कहता? उससे कहूँ मैं वही हूँ जिसको आप लोगों ने फोटो में लटकाया है? ये समझने के लिए उसे अपनी दृष्टि बदलनी पड़ेगी। इस धोती से लगता होगा कि एक अच्छा पात्र है टाइम पास के लिए, इसलिए मंत्रियों तक आसानी से छोड़ते हैं लोग। बापू आप महिला मंत्रियों से मिले? बहुत कम। वह सिर्फ दूसरे पुरुष नेताओं जैसे बर्ताव करने की कोशिश करती है, इसलिए नमस्कार करके बाहर चला आया। लेकिन मंत्रालय के कारण मंत्रालय में और मंत्रालय के बाहर साहब शब्द का वजन बहुत बढ़ गया है। साहब, इन साहबों के रंग एकदम साहिबी होते हैं, नहीं तो फिर नमूने। यहाँ के निर्णय लेने के तरीके तुम्हें पता है? पेपर में पढ़ा है। पहले जाति जाति के गुट, फिर उसमें भी गुट। सरकार कोई भी हो, एक ही थैली में अनेक गुट, अनेक पक्ष बांधकर बनाई गई सरकार। बापू क्या थैली की गांठ ढीली हो गई? कोई थैली से बाहर आ रहा है या किसी का हाथ बाहर आया या पैर या सर, ऐसा लगने लगता है। फिर वह थैली जमीन पर आती है, गांठ और भी कसकर बांधने के प्रयास होता है। गलत बोल रही है तू। थैली हमेशा जमीन पर ही होती है, हमेशा सिर्फ गांठ की ही जांच होती रहती है। थैली है वह न चलने वाली। ये कहते समय तकलीफ होती है। सत्ता की ज़रूरत मुझे भी समझ में आती है, लेकिन सत्ता इनकी ज़रूरत और आदत बन गई है। केबिन में गांधी को सिर्फ लटका दिया है, गरीबों से गरीब को भूल जाते हैं फिर भी ये लोग। बापू यह देश गरीबों को तो भूल जाता है, लेकिन आपके राम को नहीं भूलता। यहाँ पर गरीबी राजनीति का केंद्र बिंदु नहीं होती, लेकिन श्री राम का अयोध्या मंदिर राजनीति का केंद्र बिंदु जरूर होता है। हाँ, राम हृदय में होना चाहिए। यह सच है कि इस देश के राजनेताओं में के हृदय मंदिर के समान नहीं है, लेकिन उनके बाहर के, इसीलिए उनके बाहर के मंदिरों पर राजनीति होती है। जो गरीब को आधार नहीं देता वह राम का नाम कैसे लेता है? और हम जो खुद को सर्वधर्म समावेशक कहते हैं, वह जाति के आधार पर वोट बैंक की राजनीति करते रहेंगे। बापू बाबरी मस्जिद गिराई गई तब आपको क्या लगा? आपने कुछ किया क्यों नहीं? मैं क्या करता? धर्म का तांडव नृत्य देख रहा था। मुझे लगता था कि मस्जिद में राम को भेजना चाहिए और मंदिर में अल्लाह को बुलाना चाहिए। आज़ादी की लड़ाई में शामिल लोगों के पाँव के आकार और इस यात्रा में शामिल हुए लोगों के पाँव के आकारों की जांच कर रहा था मैं सिर्फ।
और इस देश के गरीब लोगों के पाँवों के आकार ढूंढ रहा था सिर्फ। बापू विमनस्क हुए। उन्हें कुछ क्षणों के लिए कुछ नहीं सूझा। कोई भी पक्ष हो, वह नेता लोग के व्यक्तिगत कामों में उलझा हुआ होते हैं। किसी का तबादला करो, किसी को नौकरी पर लगाओ, बस जनता के विकास के बारे में सोचने वाले गरीबों को काम देने वाला कार्यक्रम है ही नहीं। राजनीति यह सिर्फ राज्य और पैसों के लिए ही महत्वपूर्ण होती है। इस वातावरण में जनता इतनी शांत क्यों है? क्या कर रहे हो आप लोग? क्या कर सकते हैं हम बापू? विचित्र अवस्था है। कैसी अवस्था? अपने हक के लिए जो झगड़ते नहीं, वो केवल गुलाम होते हैं। जनता को अपने सामूहिक सामर्थ्य का एहसास अगर हो जाए तो कोई भी राज सत्ता उनके आड़े नहीं आ सकती। बापू, आप विदोषियों के विरुद्ध लड़ रहे थे। यह लड़ाई हमारे लोगों से ही है। उस समय भी आंतरिक लड़ाइयाँ बहुत थी, फिर भी ब्रिटिश सरकार ने सहकार नहीं करेंगे ऐसा असहकार आंदोलन शुरू हुआ ही ना। ब्रिटिशों के पास नौकरी करने वाले हिंदुस्तानी इस आंदोलन में शामिल हुए ही ना। आज हर आदमी अपने ही बारे में सोचता रहता है। हिंदुस्तान की भौगोलिक दृष्टि से 2 टुकड़े हुए, उसे स्वीकारना पड़ा। लेकिन आज भौगोलिक दृष्टि के पर देश के अनेक टुकड़े बट चुके हैं और आप लोग यह शांति से खुली आंखों से देख रहे हैं, सहन कर रहे हो। चुनिंदा लोगों के आधिपत्य के नीचे जनता का कारोबार चलता है। यह ताकत उन चुनिंदा लोगों को मिली है क्योंकि उन्होंने जनता में लालसा निर्माण की है और उस लालसा के लिए अपने आप को ही टुकड़ों में बांटना जनता को स्वीकार है। जनता को इन सारी बातों की शिक्षा देनी चाहिए बापू। आप लोग क्या कर रहे हो? सिर्फ चर्चा? समाज नपुंसक हो रहा है यह कहकर अपनी ही नपुंसकता ढकने का प्रयास कर रहे हो आप लोग। इतना हार्श बोलते समय मुझे भी तकलीफ हो रही है। किसी की राह देख रहे हो? अकेले चलने की ताकत होगी तो सहकारी आएंगे साथ देने। चलो मैं निकलता हूँ। यह कहकर बापू चले गए। मुझे महसूस हुआ कि बापू के चलने में एक कठोरता है। बापू को दूसरों का नपुंसक कहने में भी तकलीफ हुई, ये भी बहुत महसूस हुआ। बापू चले गए। ये दोनों पढ़ते हैं तो ठीक रहता है।
Sushmatai, thank you so much for spending this evening with us and talking about your life and your works.
Thank you.
To see Sushmatai next on stage, she's here in December at Sriram Lagu Auditorium with Otam.
Otam's play, I think 2nd or 3rd or 3rd, 4th ko hai. I will tell you.
Yes, for sure.
Otam.
And we will all be there, won't we? Right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was incredible. Reminder that there are some truths that we can tell only on the stage and then some others that demand a stage. Thank you so much. This brings us to the end of the sessions for day 1 of the Symbiosis Literary Festival 2025. A huge thank you to all of our speakers and our moderators and of course to you, the audience, right? Thank you so much for bringing your curiosity and your contemplation to today's sessions. We are deeply grateful. Thank you so much. We will see you again tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. 10:30 a.m. sharp. All right? So we'll see you tomorrow at 10:30 to ink together more ideas and inspirations. Until then, stay lit, stay liberated, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much.